Hey! Hi, how you doing? This is the Gamertron. Welcome back to the Gamertron show. Now, I'm going to be as calm as possible. I really don't want this video to turn into a rant. Let this be a constructive outlook on a certain criticism that the first-person shooter genre often receives. Now, I love first-person shooter video games. I love shooter video games. I can't help it, that's who I am, that's the kind of games I like. And everyone's gonna have different tastes in gaming. Everyone does, it's impossible. Not everyone's gonna like the same genre. I don't like turn-based strategy games. I don't like the really old-school RPGs. And I'm really picky and choosy when it comes to MOBAs. Also, sports games. I really don't get sports games. I mean, seriously, why play a game about a sport when you can actually go outside and play the actual sport? I just don't get it. And of course, absolutely, there are people out there who just don't like the shooter genre. They don't like first person, they don't like third person. They just don't like shooters. However, a very ignorant and arrogant statement made by people who don't like shooters. Instead of just saying that they don't like shooters, they're just not for them. They say first-person shooters are all the same. It's just grab a gun, shoot a bunch of guys, move around and shoot a bunch of guys, making it sound very repetitive and pointless. The very same argument and statement can be said for a great many games. And I'm pretty sure you would be slightly distraught if you heard someone say something so ignorant and arrogant about a video game or video game genre that you love, and say it so harshly. But I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to attack any video game genres. All video games are awesome, period. Some people are going to like others, other people aren't going to like others. It's as simple as that. But when it comes to first-person shooters, while they all share the same perspective, you're in the first person, seeing through your character's eyes and seeing them holding a gun. They may share the same perspective, but not all first-person shooters are the same. If anything, the only first-person shooters I have ever known to have very striking similarities are the Battlefield games, the Call of Duty games, and the Medal of Honor games. We would all be lying if we didn't say that those different franchises and series of first-person shooters didn't at times look like one another. But video games like BioShock and Crysis and Titanfall and Bulletstorm and Wolfenstein and Doom and Half-Life and Unreal Tournament and freaking what else is there? Metro and, okay, one more game. Halo, there we go. And many, many more first-person shooters. I can guarantee, 100%, truthfully, objectively, guarantee that all these first-person shooters are nowhere near alike one another. Sure, some of them may share similarities in terms of specific gameplay features, but playing all these different first-person shooters, I can guarantee you, they are not all the same, and they do not play alike from one another. While the first-person perspective is absolutely shared, the games are nowhere near the same. They play completely differently. They have completely different controls, gameplay, graphics, settings, feel. Hell, some first-person shooters play so differently from one another, it's jarring. For instance, playing Titanfall with its wall running and double jumping and switching between pilot character and Titan character viewpoints is such a monumentally different experience to playing a game like Bulletstorm, or Wolfenstein, or Metro, or I could go on forever listing the games and first-person shooters that aren't like one another. I'd be lying if there weren't similarities. There's absolutely similarities. All forms of art and media share similarities to one another. That's through inspiration and influence, and that's unavoidable. It's going to happen. Inspiration and influence is going to happen. And there's also publishers. There's the greedy publishers that want to appeal to a wider audience, and therefore they interrupt the creative process in video game development in order to appeal to a wider audience by making certain games like other popular games. You can thank the success of Call of Duty for that, and the state of the video game industry as of late. However, that still doesn't change the fact that first-person shooters are varied and different. Sure, all first-person shooters have you carrying a gun and killing enemies. Don't most RPGs have you battling and defeating enemies? Don't quite a few RPGs have enemies that, while you don't necessarily kill, you defeat or banish them or whatever, you're still fighting enemies? I mean, you can't paint first-person shooters as being completely repetitive and copy-paste when so many other genres do the same thing. And throughout this video, the many examples I have given more than prove the fact that first-person shooters, if anything, are one of the most diverse genres out there. I mean, a first-person shooter like Half-Life has you greatly interacting with your environment, while a first-person shooter like Crysis gives you a ton of gameplay options and let you approach combat situations in whatever way you want, be it stealthy, guns blazing, or a mix of the two. Then we have a first-person shooter like Shadow Warrior, which has a heavy focus on melee combat. So believe me when I say that there is more to first-person shooters than just, they're all the same, you have a gun, you shoot people. That's not fair. That's not fair to the genre, and that's not fair to the hard work put into making these games. It's like if someone said something so simple and degrading about your favorite video game genre. It's just not fair, it's ignorant, and it's arrogant. Holy crap, I don't believe it. I made it through the entire video without turning this into a rant. I'm kinda proud of myself. But, in the end, what matters most is if you guys enjoyed the video. So, did you guys enjoy the video? Did you like the video? Did you like what I had to say? Did you like my examples? Did you enjoy the first-person shooter gameplay? Well, if you liked the video, and if you liked it in any way, shape, or form, please hit the like button. Hitting the like button helps me, helps you, helps everybody involved with the video if you hit the like button. Please leave a comment. What are your thoughts on first-person shooters? What are your thoughts on that ignorant and arrogant saying that first-person shooters are all the same? Let me know your thoughts, feelings, opinions about this video and the first-person shooter genre in the comments section below. I love reading comments and I don't get nearly enough comments. And finally, I am the Gamertron. I love video games and I love talking about video games. And if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing to my channel and supporting me. Anyways guys, this has been a video and I will see you guys later.